Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Match. We're going to be going through my game 23 team selection, my game 22 team review, as well as some captaincy picks ahead of game 23. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank you all guys for the continued support on the channel. I think we're around 3 subscribers away from 920. So if you're a new viewer or a regular viewer, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that sub button. Make sure you leave a like on the video as well. And also make sure you hit that bell when there's any content going up on the channel. Also leave a comment telling me your rank before game 23 starts. And yeah, without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So first I'm going to start off with my Gaming 22 team review. Managed to score 39 points. Team overall points with 1,149 and a small red arrow spend in 32,000 as well. So not an ideal game, but I don't think it was a very bad game in the grand scheme of things. So in goal, we had Verbruggen with 2 points, who was scored from a penalty, which was never a penalty, by the way. So I think that's very, very unlucky from a better point of view and from a fair point of view for Verbruggen. So yeah, it is what it is anyway. Then we had Chaloba, Timber, and Gabriel all with keeping clean sheets in game 22. So again, my game was carried by the defender, so we'll take it. Then Foden blanking once again for 1 point. Then you had Declan Rice with 3 points. Thank God I did the transfer since Saka did not start. And I also don't think he's going to start the United game. I think Madueke is going to start since Saka started in the Champions League. But we have to wait and see on that. Then you had Wilson and Rogers both blanking for 2. Haaland blanking once again. Slightly concerned for the captaincy picks. Ekitike and Calvert-Lewin also blanking. But yeah, it's very, very disappointing display, especially from Ekitike playing against Burnley. Then we had Dubravka with 5 points. I think they did keep a clean sheet or something, or save points, so not a clean sheet because they did play Liverpool. Then we had Anderson in 2. Then good to see that Rodon is back, and as well as Minty, who came off the bench. So all in all, not a very terrible week, but the red arrow just makes it look a little bit terrible. But after for game 23, we can be able to improve on that. So now let's look at what game 23 has in store for us. So if you look at my game 23 team selection, as you've seen, I'm going to be making any transfers ahead of game 23. Rather, it's going to be a benching dilemma for me. But yeah, so I'll get started off with the defenders. Going to be having Verbruggen in goal, playing against Fulham. A little of conflict in there. We're going to see that in a minute. I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, so Verbruggen playing against Fulham, looking for some save points in there, really. Then we have Chalobah versus Crystal Palace. Well, have been very, very shocking. They've just lost Gehi as well. So, but Ismail Assar, I think, is back from the AFCON. So it's interesting to see how that is going to play out. But the Crystal Palace have been very, very poor. So maybe a huge potential for a clean sheet in that game. Then you have Timber and Gabriel playing against Manchester United. Of course, I'm a Manchester United fan, so I really want us to win that game. And I think that we have a small, small chance. New manager bounce for Manchester United as well. Very good display against Man City. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this one is go. Maybe Man United win 2-1, but Gabriel scored from a set piece. I think is the only ideal situation from this fixture. But yeah, I really want us to win the game, so I'm not expecting a clean sheet in there. But you never know, the game might end at 0-0, and I'll be very happy with that as well. So that's the defense and the goalkeeping department. Now let's look at the midfield. So now we can look at the midfield. We're going to be having Declan Rice playing against Manchester United once again. Having 3 Arsenal players playing against your team. It's not an ideal situation, but it's what it is. It's FPL at the end of the day. So the ideal situation will be Declan Rice getting an assist from a set piece with a Gabriel header. Then going in the other end to win 2-1 or 3-1. With the ideal situation. But either way, United win and Declan Rice, Timber, and Gabriel don't perform, I'll also be very, very happy. United have managed to get a result. So it's going to be interesting to see how that game is going to go. Let me down in the comments your prediction for the United versus Arsenal game. Who do you think is going to come out on top? Then you have Rogers playing against Newcastle. I think he just played the 80 or 90 minutes today against Fenerbahce in the Europa League. So maybe some tired legs in there. But to be fair, Newcastle did also play on Wednesday night against PSV, and so maybe get some tired legs in there as well. So we need to see how this one is going to go, but I do hope that Rogers can be able to even attacking returns. Been a while since he had an attacking return. I think one assist in his last 4 games, not ideal. Maybe time to look for a Chelsea asset, maybe Enzo, maybe Palmer, maybe Pedro Neto, who's also a very emerging as a very decent pick. Maybe a topic for another day. Then you have Wilson playing against Brighton. Those are what I was talking about the conflict of Brugge and Wilson. So you have the best man come out on top, really. But I do hope that Wilson can be able to perform. Then you have Foden playing against Wolves. I think this is going to be his last appearance in my team. Also, very poor display against United and a worse display against Bodo Glimt, hooked before even the 60th minute once again. And he looked visibly distraught, visibly annoyed for being subbed off. But hey, for performances, you can play the full 90. So yeah, now like the likes of Mamouche back, Semenyo in there, Cherky in there, very many players for Man City back in action. Sorry for them, I'm getting out a bit of rotation in there because of recent poor performances. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But for game 23 playing against Wolves, I do think a lot of attacking returns that he manages to play, and I hope that he manages to play and able to perform. But as the midfield looks pretty solid, full of goals and assists. Let's look at the forward line. So the forward line is going to be looking like going to be having Haaland in there playing against Wolves. I know it's been a very poor display from Haaland, even against Bodo Glimt. He had a wonderful chance where he just shot it wide. So for Haaland, it's been one goal in the last around 7 or 8 games. So yeah, a little bit of concern in there. But against Wolves, very high chance of getting a decent amount of goals, going back to winning, going back to winning ways and scoring ways. And yeah, hope he's going to be able to do that. Then we have DCL playing against Everton. Very strong defensive structure from Everton against Aston Villa. Only game 22, managing to win 1-0. So yeah, we will see how this one is going to go. I think Everton have been very, very unlucky in certain situations, but they managed to pick up the win against Fulham. So interested to see, and I just hope that DCL can be able to perform. Then we have Ekitike against Bournemouth. Another disappointing display against bottom three team in Burnley game 22. I don't know. I'm not so sure if he scored against Marseille, but the last time I think I remember he scoring from an offside position. So let me know down in the comments whether he scored or not. But I'm going to check after making this video. But I do hope against Bournemouth he can be able to perform, able to get some attacking returns. Then on the bench we'll be having Dubravka, we'll be having Minte, Anderson. Also going to be having Rodon in there on the bench. So yeah, the slight headache I have with rotation is either to start Wilson or Minte. Minte, of course, playing against Fulham, but I think I'm just going to lean towards having Wilson in there. So this is the team for game week 23. Looks pretty solid. Hope it's going to be able to perform. Let me know in the comments what you think about the team. So now let's look at some captaincy picks ahead of game week 23. These are the captaincy picks I've gone for ahead of game 23. In the first place, going to be Haaland playing against Wolves. This is a very prime game for them to be able to go back to winning ways. I think it's been 4 or 5 games in the Premier League without a win, so I think it's the best time to be able to change that. And for him to go back on winning ways, Thiago is really, really catching up to him in terms of the golden boot race. So yeah, then you have Ekitike against Bournemouth. I'm going for Ekitike because Bournemouth games are usually very, very high scoring. And they're going to be without a lot of players. Clivert is going to be out. I think Tavernier picked up a knock. So interesting to see how it is going to go in terms of Bournemouth. But I think it's the right time to go to play against that Bournemouth team. I don't think it's going to perform. Then the last player going to be a surprise to many people, and it's the return of the troll himself, Joe Pedro, playing against Crystal Palace. I think there's a high chance of him getting some very good attacking returns against Crystal Palace, who have been very poor defensively. Losing McGahey as well to Man City is going to be very vulnerable when it comes to that defensive structure for them. So yes, I'm going for Joe Pedro. He also scored a wonderful goal against Brentford in the Champions League. So just sure he's going to be able to start. All of the captaincy picks I've gone for. Let me know them in the comments as well who you're going to be captaining. If you wanted to reach this far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.